starting now. All right, thank you. Thank you. So we'll be starting officially now. I would like to just introduce some of our consultants who are here with us today. We have Peter Olamiriki. Peter Olamiriki is a senior business analyst who works with one of, a global brand in the UK. He has been with us for several cohorts now, and is one of such facilitators and consultants in ATC that participants have always spoke about, that his commitment and his model of helping them has really been fantastic. Peter Olamiriki used to be a farmer, but became a tech specialist, and today he's doing awesome in the UK and globally. He's going to be one of the persons who will be speaking to us shortly after now. I also have a very senior director in person of Bode. Mr. Bode is a director in a top organization in the UK. He's into product management. He has also been with us for many cohorts now, and his model is so soft. There's no way he's going to speak to you or train you and you wouldn't get the gist. So it's such an awesome opportunity to have him also here with us today. And I'm sure that if you are joining this for the first time, you really would want to meet Mr. Bode. Another that will be joining us soon, I think he has not been able to join, but he's in also, is Shola Kenny. Quite a number of people have heard about Shola Kenny. Shola Kenny, one of the guys that is doing a lot with when it comes to tech globally. He has represented a lot of faces when it comes to tech. Also based in the UK, also he's a technical business analyst in a top organization in the UK, and this guy is really doing great. He's also one of our consultants that has been with us in several cohorts that we've had in ATC, and great, to meet him. So these are the three consultants that we are going to be bringing on board, and we trust that they are going to share quite a lot of beautiful information with us today. But before I go this afternoon, we also have some of our consultants in the house. We have people, we have Mr. Wole. Mr. Oluwole is a business analyst, a senior business analyst, who is also part of the ATC team, making sure that we give the best and the standard is being measured. We also have the admin team who are also helping behind the scene, people like Stephen, people like Kunle. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, after now, I would like to invite some persons that have gone through our system and they have a beautiful success story to share. One of the things that sets us apart in ATC is not the noise. We are more interested in the impact. We are more interested in the fact that you came in, you experienced it, you went through the journey, and you have the result. To cut the long story short, we are more interested in the result. And that is our joy. That is what keeps us going. That is what helps us, to keep going. So I'm going to be inviting some, sorry. Okay. Okay, forgive me. I just got the notification now that you've not been seeing my slides. Please, can you see my slides now? Forgive me. Can you see my slide?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. Okay. I didn't know that you've not been seeing my slide. All right. So let me just go over this again. Mr. Olamiriki Peter, like I said, he's a senior business analyst in the UK, advanced certified. These are some of the certifications he has. We also have Olatoye Bode, who is also a director. He's also a consultant with several brands, in the UK there. And we also have Shola Kenny, or Shola Kehinde, Olushola Kehinde, who is also a technical business analyst in the UK. One of the things that specializes us, or that is our unique USP, is our pool of mentors and our pool of consultants. We have a pool of mentors, across the UK, across Canada, Switzerland, and the likes. And this makes us different from every other platform like this that you might see out there. We also have some of our partners that, gives us that robust energy in our delivery. All right. Some of the success stories, I'm going to be inviting some persons. We are hoping that we'll have more people join soon, to talk about it. But the first person I'll be bringing up, one of the things that is making me excited about bringing him up is he was one of the last set or last cohorts that we just had. And interestingly, even before him, we've had some persons that before we finished the cohort, they've started getting job interview invitation and the likes. But let me invite Philip. Philip is just going to tell us how the journey was for him, how it was rigorous, was it rigorous, how the whole journey went, the program, and how has it been so far? We just want to hear from someone that has gone through the system and let us see if this is something that you will want to be a part of. So Philip, please feel free, tell us how the program has been and what is it like right now for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my senior mentor, for this opportunity. The program has been, I would say, life-changing. That is one, because just like we call it at ATC, it's a career transformation program, not a training. This is not a training because it is designed to transform your career. The program went on from the first day to the last day. It was nothing short of amazing because you get to get new information. Oftentimes, people believe that if you are moving into tech, you require coding skills, you are required to be a high-level programmer and all those things. That notion is a very, very wrong one, because for you to be a business analyst, for instance, you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know programming. Just come in with an open mind, decide that you are ready to take on this transformation program, and then you discover that the information you get, the information you are able to acquire will help you in the long run. And for my own personal experience, it's been amazing because I am coming from an engineering background, and moving into tech was quite easy because of the kind of consultants we have. We have great consultants, Mr. Peter. They are not just consultants, they are mentors. If you follow them and listen to them, you would not miss your way. I can assure you that. And then the transformation program is just you get to pick the career path you want to go, be it business analysis or IT project manager, or even product management and being a product owner. And by the way, you still get to learn a lot of other skills. For instance, as an IT project manager, you get to know what being a Scrum Master is. So it's not just that you are facing a direction. You have a little idea of every other aspect of being in the technical environment. So I would just advise the new cohorts to keep an open mind. The training is not, the program is not, I wouldn't call it rigorous. You just have to be determined to go through with it. And then in no time, you see that you are at the end of the program and you have the required knowledge. For myself, I had a session last week and I was surprised at the level of information that I never thought I had. There was, let me not call it a session, let me just say I had an interview, and it was very, very, it became like a conversation, because when you and your interviewer understand what you are talking about, it becomes a conversation. And then you guys will just converse through the whole. I was surprised at the level of knowledge I have, and with the kind of mentors we have, our trainers, our facilitators, you wouldn't regret it. Welcome, and we hope to read your success stories too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. I'm really super excited about your achievement so far, and we are trusting that bigger opportunities are coming. However, one of the things I would still want you to talk about is the days, were there classes every day when you joined? I knew you joined in January, this January. You joined, there were classes every day. Oh, were there times we now went to projects? There were times we'll go for consultant session. You know, I just want people to see the story, like, so that they can comprehend. Were they back to back? There was a time I now had to do a real life project. I had to go through stakeholders management and all of that. I want people who are joining us for the first time, to see someone who has gone through our process and can say, wow, at the end of the day, I had not even finished the cohort, I started getting job invitation. You know, so we just want to hear that from you, so
Okay.
people can really understand. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. During the transformation program, we usually have the session every day, and I am glad to say that when you start, you would see every reason to be on every session, because you get new informations, you get to apply the knowledge you have acquired to real life scenarios. We get consultant sessions every 2 weeks. A consultant comes from different aspects of the technical industry, of the tech industry, and then they come to talk to us, and that would give you a real life scenario of what is obtainable out there. Because as far as we are going through the transformation program, the business landscape, the technological landscape globally is changing every day. So those consultant sessions bring us closer to new informations that are obtainable in the technological world. And then during the program, we've had opportunities to take on live projects. We did live projects. It's not that you finish your program and then you get a job, you get to do a project, and then you are confused on what to do. No, you have the opportunity to carry on about 2 live projects and mini assignments, group discussions. You know, it's just it encompasses everything. So when you approach this with an open mind, you get the class knowledge, you get the uh, live project knowledge, just like you are in a real life experience environment, carrying on the real life work. That is how it is. And then you get, while you are doing this project, you get to engage stakeholders, the owners of the projects you are taking on. You have the opportunity to present what you have done, and then there will be critical analysis of what you have done, assessments, and then you get feedbacks, regular feedbacks on what you have done. Are you on the right path? Do you need to improve? All these things it's all encompassing. That's why I like the name ATC gave to the program as career transformation, because you get to see things from a different perspective, from a different way. You get to think differently. The way I usually think when I joined the program is not the way I think now. There is a different approach to everything. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip, for opening up and giving all of this information. We really appreciate it. Just like I said, Mr. Philip joined the project or the program, sorry. And today we are excited because he's getting job invitations already. And that is the beauty, we are trusting, and we are sure that greater things are going to be said soon. We also have quite a number of other persons, but permit me to just call Mr. Babatope, one of our previous cohorts, 2 cohorts before now. I saw him, Mr. Chile Babatope. If you can hear me, please.
I'm here. I can hear you clearly.
Thank you, sir. Please, over to you. Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation. And it is always a clarion call, just like the way we spoke, we chatted yesterday. I'm happy to be here again. This is a place to be. And each time I have a call from this, it reminds me of my time with ATC. My story is like a pregnant woman that after he has given birth, he seems to forget all his pains during the period of delivery and the likes, or carrying the child within the womb. That has been my story. Okay, starting from the beginning, I'm a Nigerian, and all my life, all I've done is to be a salesperson. I'm close to the top of my career in sales before leaving Nigeria. There's need for you to follow the trend of things, and that was what brought me to UK. Okay, so my first year in UK as a dependent to my wife that happens to be a student, it was something that was not palatable. I could say that. I was doing a warehouse job until a friend of mine from US prompted me and said, "Oh boy, you're looking for sales job in the UK and you know what it takes to be a salesman. You need to have your full driving license. You need to be talking like them as much as possible, have the accent for you to convince an average Briton to actually look at your site." And then he said, if you want to do something different, you want something to be different for you, you need to think objectively and outside what you thought is going to help you. And I asked him what. That was the first place I heard about business analyst or business analysis. The whole thinking then was the fact that when they tell you you're a business analyst, you must know all the advanced Excel in this world. You must be Power BI inclined. You must be guru in programming, just like the first speaker have said. Okay, but having gone through that process, I was able to know that being a business analyst is something quite different. Is that thing in you that you need to just bring out. Okay. And if I could be here today, I'm saying congratulations to everyone that is on this call for taking that bold step to be on this call. I did this in March 2023, if I'm right. Yeah, March 2023. I'm a better person for it as I'm speaking. Okay, so I happen to be the last person to join my cohort. It was a step of faith, like I've said, because at first it looks like when somebody is just telling stories and you don't even know the beginning. But all along, everything started with the help of the teachers, and I won't call them teachers now. Like the first speaker has said, they are your mentors, okay? And they will put you online and they will also challenge you to bring out that best within you. And that was what happened to me. And at the end of the day, I started adding up everything. The classes were so engaged in a way that you need to always, even despite your busy schedule during the day, you need to always go back and learn. And you will always join it together, coming with several people in the field already that will be motivating you to be on the right track. Those were my stories and my experience during my time with ATC. All along, like I said, I was doing a factory job. I have to be doing nights because of my wife will be in school. I have 2 kids. And all along, it was something that was not palatable. Having worked all through the night, have to go and pick a child around 11:30 for half day, and the other one will finish by 3, and your wife is in school trying to add up with her assignments and the likes of it. But all along, we were pushing it all through, and I'm happy to tell you today, I'm in the major health sector within UK as a business analyst. And I can tell you, if someone has said I've not done this job before, I would have been, there's no way you could actually say that I have not done the job and I've not had more than 5 years experience on the job. This is not to my ability, but I owe it to God and to everybody on this call that has imparted in me. Okay, so I'm saying congratulations to you again because you've taken this bold step to actually be on this call. And not just being on this call, take another step to be part of the moving train, because that's just it. Sometimes ago, I've been able to I've attended several conferences, and it is so clear to me that that's where the whole world is moving towards. Business analysts in the next decade will still be relevant. It will still be relevant. It's a very lucrative job that once you get into it, you forget about all the times and all the energy you've put into it. And this is a challenging work. I must say this to you. It's a challenging work because every project you'll be handling will not be the same. Okay. And this is a job where you cannot be caged. This is a job where you will be open, you will be at liberty to determine the future of what you are doing. Of course, there are planned ways of going about it, but you are not being caged within those boundaries, if I could say. It's a job that on a daily basis, you get to learn, you get to meet vital people within your institution or of work, and you get to learn on a daily basis, adding up to yourself. And I'm so happy to have been in this line of career, so to say. So I'm just encouraging us. It's a good one. Like I said, I've not heard about it. My second interview that I had, I got the job that I'm doing currently. Okay. And after then, I've seen a lot of invites calling me for job, but because I'm consolidating on whatever I'm doing currently, I'm happy to be here. And I'm also encouraging us. It's something, if I can be, like I've said, you can also be. It just take you to have the right mentors, like people that are holding ATC to take you through the journey by hand. And the experience doesn't just stop at when you've gotten the job. Even while you are on the job and you are faced with a lot of things that you need to call back on, they're always there for you to relate with you. Of course, if you allow me to start speaking from now till evening, we'll be here. So I don't know if I'm
Thank
taking
you
over the
very
time,
much.
but
Thank
welcome
you
on
very
board. Wish you well and hope to see you on board. Thank you.
thank you very much, Mr. Caleb Babatope. Thank you. One of the reasons I always like coming back to you anytime like this is because you always want to just tell people about the impact that ATC has done, together with you. And it really gladdens our hearts in ATC. Thank you so much, Babatope. We really appreciate you. Yeah. Okay. There's not much time. Without much ado, you've heard from them. If we have more time, we are going to bring other persons also, to talk about their success story, how ATC has been able to assist them. And in fact, the most beautiful thing is that some of the persons that joined this program who came in not knowing having any background in tech or being a business analyst, a product manager, an IT, whatever. Today, they are now mentors. Today, they are now mentors to people. Today, they are now trainers. Today, they are working as senior consultants in UK. So if you are here, I'd like to just indulge you that you should see this as an opportunity. There are a lot of us that have relocated to the UK and we are looking for better opportunities. I will recommend that please give this your maximum attention. I'm going to be inviting the first speaker, who is going to talk to us about, what it means to be in, or what is business analysis. And I'm going to be inviting Mr. Peter Olamiriki, who is going to take us up next. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Peter.
Thank you so much, Tosin. And Babatope, it's always good to hear from you. Stephen, Philip, is always also good to hear from you. How you doing, Babatope? How is your work now?
I'm good. It's going well. It's going well.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining. I don't know if you guys can see my screen now.
We are seeing a white screen, but we've seen it before.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's coming up now. So.
Thank you. Can you see it now?
Yes, but you need to bolden it. Or if, yeah, good.
Okay.
Clear now. Yeah.
So thank you so much. So guys, so this is a training time, right? And for me, I'm not here to say so much story about the program. I'm here to deliver value to you. And as you can see it, once we deliver value, it transforms in you and transition you. So I know that in the course of starting this training, a lot of people have been hearing about business analysis. And guys, so Tosin, this is my class now. So, and I would like people to speak so that we're going to engage. So when you get invited specially to this program, I know this is a training section. So this is not like a typical webinar or a discussion, it's a training class, and it's free. So the essence is for you to have a background and understanding of what is business analysis, what are some of those digital tech. So we call them soft skills professional in IT. So, and that is what we're introducing to you. We're introducing to you soft skills professional in IT. So can someone from the audience just tell me, what do you understand by business analysis, or what have you heard about business analysis from all the pool of knowledge you've gathered? Anybody? Anybody? So what have you heard about business analysis, or what have you heard about soft skills professionals in IT? Anyone? This is a training class, okay? So guys, you are not in a webinar, you're in a training. So be expected to contribute and participate, right? So anybody, what have we heard? What do you know about business analysis from anywhere? It can be the internet, it can be anywhere. So can you share with us what you know about business analysis? I would like to call names. I don't know if I can call on Jerry. Jerry. We are not leaving now because it's a training class. So you guys have to talk. Because when we say training, there should be an exchange of conversation. So it is not a webinar. So let's engage. So what is business analysis? Jerry, we can't hear you.
Emmanuel is raising up his hand.
Okay, yeah, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, can you unmute yourself?
Excuse my background, apologies. So my understanding of business analysis is the field where you use different, you interpret different business scenarios, right, to take a decision. So, for example, it takes a process. You may need to gather some requirements, process the requirements, and then the idea is ultimately to be able to, take a decision for the business. And the skills you may need, skills around being able to manipulate data, being able to analyze different use cases, being able to understand the different, life cycle of a business. That's a little I know.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel. And that's not really little, that's really a lot. So, any other contribution from anyone? Okay. Tolu.
Yeah, so let me just add to what was said earlier. So basically, when you talk about business analysis, from what I understand, is just basically more like a person that helps in enabling change for an organization, or more like an enterprise in a very short explanation. So what a business analyst actually does is he looks at what the organization needs and then recommends more like solutions to their problem, and ensure that this solution actually delivers value to the company, the stakeholders, or the organization involved. So that's, in a nutshell, that's what a business analyst does, and that is what business analysis is all about. So I mentioned like three things: they enable change, they understand what the needs are, and they recommend solutions that actually deliver value. Thanks.
Okay. Tolu, thank you so much. Actually, I should have jumped you. Guys, Tolu's definition is exhaustive because Tolu's actually a business analyst now. So don't be intimidated by his response, okay? Don't be intimidated by his exhaustive response. So guys, so Tolu is also one of our business analysts in the house. Tolu, it's good to have you back. So I was not so sure you are the one, but when I hear your voice, I know definitely that's our own Tolu. So Tolu, it's very good to have you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, so when you look at it now, so again, we go to what we have here. So Tolu is correct, and Emmanuel is also not far from the truth. So, but one thing is, we don't want you to see business analyst as an office, or as a position, or as a role. Okay, business analyst is actually task, and techniques that we use to liaise between stakeholder and business. When we say stakeholder, we are talking about business. So business analyst is talking about the set of tasks and techniques that we use to work as a liaison, or we use to engage business and technology to see how we can move business from where they are to where they need to be. So when we talk about requirement use cases, just like what Emmanuel mentioned, Emmanuel is taking us to a very far side of the story. Okay, but on the beginning of the story, business analyst is talking about the different set of tasks, the different set of tools, the different set of activities that we involve. So we call them the soft skill professional that we involve to see how can we help business to get to where they need to be. And that is what business analysis is really all about. That is all what I want you guys to know at this stage. That just know that business analysis is not talking about a position, it's not talking about a job function, it's not talking about a role, it's not talking about an office, but it's talking about what the different set of tasks and different set of tasks and techniques that is being employed to work in hand with the business stakeholder for them to achieve the desired change that they want to achieve. So when you look at what we have here, my pen is no. Can you? Oh yeah, my pen is working. So when you see what we have here, you can see that this is the business. The business want to get here. Okay. So business analysis, for the business to move from A1 to A2. Guys, some things need to be done. Do we all agree? So for business to move from A1 to A2, things need to be done. And moving from A1 to A2 is what we call growth. And that is what business stakeholder wants. You see, they gather every now and then for strategy sections. At the end of the year, they say, oh, we are doing planning, they are doing forecasting and all of that. What did they want? They want to experience growth. So can somebody tell me, can you share with us some of the areas that you think business would really love to see growth, that you are aware of? What are some of the areas that the business will love to see growth that you've really been aware of? Anybody? So what are some of the areas that you know that business will love to grow? Anyone? Revenue. Okay. Any other person?
Process improvement.
Process improvement.
Sales.
Another person?
Products rendered.
Sales.
Sales. Any other person?
The quality of
about
products rendered.
Okay, quality of service and product, right? Okay. Anyone? Okay. So, guys, you see what happened here. We all see these are different areas that business needs to grow. These are the different things. Different business need to grow their revenue. They need to improve their process. They need to, increase their sales. They need to do what? To also increase the quality of the product they're rendering so that it can meet international standard. They may decide to cut their cost. Sometimes they may decide to say, okay, we want to increase our brand identity. So sometimes they may say, oh, we want our staffs to really have ease of doing work. So we can see these are all the need for business growth. But how can business now move from point A1 to A2? And that is business analyst. Moving from A1 to A2 is a business analyst that will help the business uncover what is required for their growth. Are you guys getting it? It is the business analyst that will tell the business, for you to move from A1 to A2, moving from A1 to A2 is what we call change. For you to identify what is required for them to move from A1 to A2 is business analysis. And that is your work. So business analysis is the one that will help business to uncover what is required, what is needed for them to achieve the desired change or goal. And you can see how simple it is. One of those things I really want you to know is, irrespective of what you've heard about business analysis, irrespective of the things you read on the internet or how complicated people have made it look, trust me, business analysis is such a very simple profession that you will enjoy. And that is why I want you to really follow me. So when you think about business analysis, we've mentioned it, business want to grow their revenue, business want to grow their customer base, they want to increase their sales, and all of those are wonderful things. Those are wonderful goals and an agenda that business want to achieve. Who is going to help them to achieve that? Business analysts are not the one that will do the work, but they will be the one to help business to uncover what is required to be done. And that is the foundation of business analysis. You look at a business and you help them to do what? To uncover what needs to be done. And that is what business analysis is all about. So now when we now talk about business analysis in the tech space, it means that it's a set of tasks and responsibility that is being assigned to a professional that will enable business to achieve their desired IT-related goals and objectives. A business may say, oh, we want to go into automation. We want to improve our service delivery. We want to improve our revenue using technology. That is what a digital business analyst is really all about. Helping business to really understand, what do you need to do? What are those things that need to be put in place for this specific business? A tailor-made solution to be implemented for the business to really grow. And that is what a business analysis task is really all about. Now, you may be thinking, I don't want you to get twisted. We started with telling us what is business analysis. We say business analysis is not a person. The business analysis is what's a set of tasks and techniques that is being employed to enable businesses to really achieve, to enable businesses to really uncover what they need to be done to achieve that desired goal and objective. That is a business analyst. So then, who is a business analyst? So when you now look at it, it means that a business analyst is any professional. And I really want you to get it now. Because sometimes you may be thinking, oh, what is the relationship between a business analyst, a product owner, a this, a that? And you've been hearing a lot. But trust me, a business analyst is any professional that is that understand and is able to analyze a company's business needs so that they can help the company to achieve their goal. Remember, what is a business need? The business need of a company is what are those things that needs to be done for a company to achieve their goal. So a business analyst is not any professional, it's any professional that is being engaged to help the company to really uncover, understand, elucidate, discover what are those business needs that needs to be done and how it should be done for the company to meet its business goal.
Somebody there, shuffle. I don't know. There are some.
Okay. Are we together? Kevin, Jerry, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now, when you now look at who is a business analyst, now, in your own understanding, guys, can you tell me some of the job titles that you think are performing business analysis role from the way I've explained it to you? Can somebody tell me? What are some of those job titles that you've encountered that you think that they are really performing some of the role of business analysis?
Project
Anybody?
manager.
What do you say?
So the project manager.
The project manager. Can you explain to us how do you think the project manager is performing the work of the business analyst?
Actually, I think a project manager is in charge, is someone that has the vision and brings people together for a particular successful completion of a particular project. So I believe a project manager as well should possess the skills of business analyst, like to be able to analyze what the problems, what the solution is to achieve that particular goal that is set for the project.
Okay, so Lekon, that's a very nice try, but you are not far from the truth. But a project manager is a little bit different. A project manager, though, he implements the change. Do you understand it now? So he's the one that delivers the change. But a project manager does not determine what type of project should be done. Do you think a project manager is the one that determines that? They will just call him, Mr. Man, we've decided to implement this project. Come and deliver it for us. Lekon, is that not the way it works?
That's true.
So who determines how they know that project will solve their problem? And those set of guys that determine the kind of project that needs to be done, they are business analysts. Do you understand it? Because they are the one that will say, oh, for us to be able to achieve this kind of result, you see, we say a business analyst is the one that help business understand the change. Understand what is required of them to implement a change. Changes are projects. And that is something I want to say. Changes are projects. Projects are the vehicle of change. They are the one carrying changes. The person that will help them to uncover what are those business needs that needs to be done, and now it should be done Those set of professionals are business analysts. Lekon, do you understand it more now?
Understand it. It was because you said, okay, which other profession that we see that we feel like they are performing, they are doing something like business. That's why I mentioned project manager. I actually understand everything you'll be saying, sir.
Yeah, so when we talk about some of the other roles is product owner. So if you've told me product manager, I will have agreed with you. There's difference between project manager and product manager. Do you understand it?
I get now.
If you've told me product, because product is focusing on implementing, developing a product that will deliver maximum value to the business. So now you'll be thinking about the business thing, but a project manager thinks about three things fundamentally, Lekon. It thinks about the budget, the time, and the project objective. For example, let me give an example. You know, there was a time that they built, I've seen a scenario where they built an hospital in a very remote village without an accessible road. Building that particular hospital, they have a project manager for the construction. At the end, the project manager delivers his job, construct the hospital, load it with equipment. But guess what, guys? There's no access road. So my question to you or to everybody is, do we think that that project is successful? Is a project of value to business? The project manager has built the house, loaded with all the equipment. Did the project manager did his job well? That should be the first question. Do you think he did his job very well? Any other person? Okay, Jerry. Jerry, we are not hearing you. So the case study is this. They engage a project manager to go and build an hospital in a village. But his role is build this hospital for us in this particular land. But to that in this particular land, however, the road to that land is not good. By the end of the day, the project manager find a way to complete the construction work and also find a way to equip it. But guys, it's too far from the village. The roads are not good. The villagers could not access the hospital. So do we think that the project manager did a good job? Emmanuel, do you think the project manager did a good job?
I think he did I think he did his part, the job that was given to him. He completed the construction and everything. Maybe the road and every other thing should have been assigned to before the project manager comes. Maybe they should have had like someone to do the analysis. Okay, how do they access this thing after the project is completed? So I don't think the road that is bad, I don't think is the fault of the project manager.
Yeah, so thank you so much. You are very correct. The project manager did his bit. It's perfect, an excellent project manager. But lo and behold, the project was implemented, but the project cannot deliver value to the people. And why? It's not his fault. It's because there was no proper analysis of how the project will give value to the people. And that is what business analysis is truly all about. I want you to take it as a takeaway today. Business analysis is not really about the office, but it's about those set of tasks and techniques that should be engaged to make sure that businesses get maximum value from initiative, from product that will solve their real problems. And that is what business analysis is all about. In the industry, we have different professionals that exist and they wear this cap and they deliver this through. Some of them are business system analysts. What are business system analysts? They are the ones that look into the system. They make sure that every system that is implemented for a particular company or an organization really was able to deliver the value that the business or organization needs. That's the business system analyst. And system analysts, they are talking about general system. It can be IT systems, it can be networking systems, it can be all form of system at all. They look into it, they analyze it to make sure that business get value, business achieve their desired goals and objectives from this initiative. We have the requirement engineers, we have process analysts, we have product managers, we have product owners, we have enterprise business architects, management consultants. You see, all of these professionals that we just mentioned, and any of them can be you in the next couple of days. They are just professionals that really engage the art of delivering business analysis services to business. And that is what we are really talking about. And that's what we are really establishing for you today. That business analysis goes beyond the office. It goes beyond the role. It's a professional. It's a professional that deliver the tasks, and techniques, that will enable business to uncover what is their business need and also help them to determine what needs to be done, what is required for them to meet their business need, and how those things needs to be done. Okay, so and some of the examples of what you do as a business analyst, or because you may be thinking, I talk about tasks, I talk about techniques. How do business analysts really carry out their job? Number one, a business analyst they engage in developing business case development. A business analyst develop business case. So if you are in a particular role and involved in the act of business case development, guys, I'm very happy to tell you that you perform the task of business analyst. And that's one of those things that we are doing here for you at TTC. We are letting you to build your future into the tech career from the part where you are currently now. Because I must tell you that in one way or the other, all of you have helped businesses to really achieve their business goal. It may just be in December that you make sure that you help your wife, you help your girlfriend, you help your children to make sure they get a very good Christmas celebration. So that is you helping them to achieve their business goal. That is you being a business analyst in your own little way. So I want you to have this confidence and just tell yourself that, guys, you started already. All what we need to do is to uncover, shake away the dust, and let you shine. And that's why we are here for you as a mentor, as a consultant, to really give you the confidence that you need to have in yourself. If you in any way or the other, if you be involved in business skill development, if you manage stakeholder management, if you manage requirements, if you work with security team, if you work with requirement elicitation, process improvements, requirement documentation, end user training, user-centered testing, all of these are what you will be doing as a business analyst. And those are some of those things that many of us have been involved with before we even come into the tech world. Sometimes when I was being introduced, they told me, oh yeah, I'm a farmer. Yes, I'm a farmer. What do I do? I've been involved in helping farmers to uncover how best they can get maximum profit from their farmland. That is me being a business analyst in a way that I do not know. So when I get to this side, I saw the light. I said, wow, I've been engaging farmers group. I've been engaging farmers to really see how they can get maximum yield from their farm. So it means that the farmers, they are my business. And the tasks I've been doing, sometimes I go to have a meeting with them. Sometimes I go to see their farm. I look at their soil type. I look at the crop they want to plant. Those are business analysis tasks and techniques that I do not know that I've been doing. But when I come into the IT space, I just replicate the same skills and talents. And lo and behold, I'm being able to function and perform. Just like my farm now is not land. My farm now is IT tools. My farm, my stakeholder is no longer farmers. My stakeholder is now business stakeholder. And those are just the swap that happen. So maybe you're thinking about it yourself. You've been involved, you may be in construction, you may be in any industry. As long as you are involved in value delivery and needs and providing solution to business needs, trust me, this is what we are able to help you to uncover. How to translate, how to transition from where you are and get yourself dusted off, shine into the IT profession as a business analyst. Okay, and then my time is really going very fast. Come on, guys. Lekon, you have a question?
Yes, does a data analyst, do they fall under this category of
okay, so let me quickly talk briefly about data analyst because I'm really running out of time already, right? Is a data analyst, what do they do? Data analysts are the ones that do what? Help us to clean data. They clean data, they manipulate data, and they present data in a way that is useful. Okay, so as a business analyst, you may have a data analysis skill. It will really be an advantage for you. Do you understand? Because sometimes you may need to look into the data to know what is wrong with the business. Lekan, do you agree with me? You may need to look into the data for you to know what's wrong with the business.
Yes, I do, because I
Yeah.
believe even as a business analyst, it is data that you gather that you use
Okay.
to analysis.
Yeah, so don't take it so far. That business analyst is not just
Yeah,
data.
no, I'm
deal
not.
with
I'm just trying to.
we deal with real business stakeholders. You work with the owners of business, real people, real business, not just data. Data is an essential part of but it's not all about data. We provide business analysts help to provide real solution to real business need. Do you understand it now? So it goes beyond data. It's all about human being. We call ourselves the
It
soft skills
supersedes
professional.
data.
You understand? Yeah, data is part of it. We have
Yeah.
some business analysts that are focused on data. Well, as a business analyst, generally, your focus is the business. Making sure that business gets, number one, business embark on the right project. Have you seen what we call failed projects? The business will invest all of their money to do a particular project. Even Google.
Yeah.
Google had failed project. Big company. So business analyst is the one that will analyze the business, make sure that the business doesn't embark on failed projects as much as possible. At least before they initiate the project, there's likelihood that this project will solve the business problem. The business analyst will also make sure that each project that they've been embarked on deliver maximum value to all stakeholders. So they will not build, they will ensure that if they construct a house, it take care of all the stakeholders, including the disabled, including the blind, including everybody. If a business analyst is not involved, there's a likelihood chance that they may forget some of those stakeholders. The business analyst is the one that will make sure that projects are delivered, products are built, solutions are built, systems are built in such a way that it gives maximum value to all the project stakeholders. So, and that is why a set of techniques, a set of tasks needs to be done in a particular way to ensure that, because it's so critical to business, it is when you make sure that businesses get maximum value, then that is where you can say, yeah, you've achieved your aim as a business analyst. So when you're thinking about it now, some of you may be thinking already, what do I need to do to become a business analyst? And I will just take us straight to some of those things that needs to be done. Number one, you need to have, so what do you need to do? Number one, so you need to have business knowledge and you need to have technical skills. Okay, so these are these three major things that you really need to have before you can become a business analyst. Number one, the business knowledge. Just like now, I've been using construction as an example. I told you about when I switched from agriculture to the IT. I have the business knowledge of agric. Then I moved to IT. I was able to have business knowledge of IT. How do I relate the two, right? Then we also have the technical skills. All of those things we'll be mentioning, elicit requirements. I know Lekon, Emmanuel, they talk about use cases, they talk about stuff like that. All of those things, guys, those are some of those technical skills that, then behavioral skills, because you'll be dealing with human beings. As a business analyst, you'll be dealing with highly placed people. So you need to do what? You need to have a strong behavioral skill for you to be able to perform. Then what are some of those technologies that you will need to acquire, which we'll be delivering to you in our training program, one after the other. So we have the tool, we have modeling tools. These are things you need. Don't forget, you need to equip yourself. Your competency is theory, technology, behavior, and business knowledge. So once you have this theory, by IIB standard, you will be successful as a business analyst. But now we are looking at the technology that you need to equip yourself with, right? So number one thing is modeling tool. What are the tools that you need as a business analyst? You can't say you're a business analyst and you don't have any tool. No, we have modeling tools like Visio, then we have MS Word, PowerPoint. Those are modeling tools. And in ATC, we'll be training you and teaching you on how to use all of these tools. And that's all. I think Baba Tope really mentioned it, that when he joined, he was so surprised the way the transformation happened. So ATC is a career transformation journey that we are delivering. So we are going to literally transform you into what you need to be, right? So we have the methodology, the agile, the iterative, waterfall, Scrum. We have a whole module that we've dedicated for this to make sure that we give you everything that you require, right? Then we have techniques, elicitation, presentation. So one thing we just did, you need to be engaged. We have the program set up in a very robust way that we intend to deliver maximum value to you. Then what are some of those technology that software development life cycle? We're going to take you through all the life cycle for you to be able to really compete. Our focus, guys, is IT industry. So when we are even taking you to stuff like IT project management, product owner, we want you to always know that our mode of gyration is IT, digital transformation, and its relationship with business. So we will not be teaching you on how to, if we say we are going to train you on project management, it will not be on how to manage a project site, as in construction. No, our gyration is IT, and that's where we have leagues of consultants, over 15 of them that are working across UK, in Canada, and beyond, to make sure that we deliver the kind of industry standard quality technological training to you in a very simple way. In a very, very simple way. Okay. So again, what are some of those certifications that are relevant to business analysis? So we have 2 certification parts, which I think all of you should be aware of. So we have the 2 certification part, and trust me, when we are talking about what make a business analyst, guys, did you notice that I did not mention certifications? Certification does not make a business analyst. What make a business analyst? Your competence, your competency, and your business knowledge. Those are things that make you a business analyst. Your competence, the tools, the technology you can use, your experience, the way you can come. It's not certification. So, and I really want us to take note that certification does not really make you a business analyst. Okay. But of course, it is good for you to be certified. And we have 2 certification parts for business analysis. We have the BCS diploma, and at the end of our training, you'll be able to pass and write, you'll be able to write and pass the Foundation in Business Analysis certificate. At the end of our training, you'll be able to pass this level of diploma. And also at the end of our training, you'll be able to pass the level 2 of IIBA certifications. Okay. So those are what you'll be able to pass at the end of our training. Okay. So let's take it a step further. Tosin, can we continue, or we call it a day from here?
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Thank you very much. Yes. So I would just like to ask, if you have questions, please, you can start dropping them in the comment section. We'll have a session where we can ask questions.
Hello, Tosin. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Kenny, you are in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy to see that you are back in. All right, so I'm going to bring Mr. Kenny in for his session quickly. But then if you have questions, please begin to drop them in the comment section. Thank you very much. Mr. Kenny, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Tosin. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, wherever it is you are connecting from. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you to my colleague, Peter Olamariki, who has shared a whole lot of insight, great insight to every one of you that have also been participating in the course of that short session. I hope that you've gained insight to understand what business analysis is all about and what are the roles of a business analyst. Well, I'm not going to bore you with too much of theory or anything. I'll just make it very interesting, as Peter has also done his own bit of the job. And it's just to quickly look at what is actually the difference between a project manager and a business analyst. I heard there was someone that asked a question that wanted to know the difference between the business analyst and I think was a product manager. And great insight from Peter sharing from his wealth of knowledge and experience for you to understand the difference. So let's go straight into this. Looking at project manager and a business analyst. And the big question really is that what brings about the partnership between a project manager and a business analyst. And just to give you a little bit of insight, let's backtrack a little bit to look at in terms of long time ago, there was a lot of work being carried out, but it was also discovered that the work that was being carried out was not productive or efficient, in the sense that I think we have a lot of Nigerians and Africans actually on this in this meeting. There's been a lot of conversation on Twitter. Personally, I'm quite very I tilt more into the Twitter world and have a lot of conversation with people on the Twitter. And you will see a lot of people talking about you have developers that people are just developing products. They actually don't understand what the market need is. And that is part of what I'm going to be discussing here, looking at there's been a lot of product. So when they're talking about product, I just mean software solution that companies use or people use on their mobile devices or their laptops and all that. And so a lot of this software is out there, but you also discover that as a lot of these softwares are being developed and these softwares go live, you still discover that there are some of them that does not meet business need. Or a typical example is for some of us during the COVID time, there's this application that a lot of us were Clubhouse. We're all on Clubhouse. A lot of us were having conversations on Clubhouse. Great application. It requires you to have someone that is already on the platform before you can be invited into the Clubhouse application. And if you remember, a lot of people, for some of us that use Clubhouse, you know how it was so nice that people were chiming into conversations and all that. But Twitter came into play, and Twitter Spaces started. They added that feature, Twitter Space feature, and before you know it, Clubhouse is almost dying now. And that's where this actually comes in, that okay, in all of this sort of development or work and all of that, there are business need that is still not met. Project managers are the ones, they are the professionals within the development space that implement the projects. They are the ones developing the solution and all that. But in all of this, there was still a problem. There was still a problem with how things are done. Something was still missing. And because all of the solutions that have been built and developed has gone live, the solution still did not solve some problem. And you see some product go live and no customers are not interested in the solution because it doesn't solve any major problem to them. And basically what project managers do is they plan, they build, they test the solution and implement the solution. And then that is in terms of the implementation, the project goes live. That's the product. So if I'm talking about a product here, it could basically be a software that software organizations build. Okay, so looking at this problem, that what is that thing that is actually missing in the terms of delivery of all the solution? So that's where the role of a business analyst come into play, to see how we can identify that gap, to see the bigger picture of what do customers actually want, what is the need, what is the business need for this product. Do we have a business need for this product? If it goes live, is it going to actually solve problems? Are customers going to be happy to get on, download the software, or actually pay for the license of the software? And that's where business analysis come into play. And what does that do? What does the business analyst do in this scenario that I've painted to you now is we define the business need or the business case, or at the same time, you can also say the customer need. That is where business analysts come into play. Business analysts look like the bridge between the product manager, the project manager, and also the development team, including the business itself in terms of the customers. So business analysts come into play, help to define what is the need. This software that we want to develop, is it going to have a market fit? Is it going to have a market retention? How do we develop this software to meet a customer's need? And that's where a business analyst come into play to see how we can ensure, because I work in an organization as a technical business analyst, and I also wear the hat of a scrum master. And It's been an amazing journey for about over 5 years now. Doing this, relating with customers. As a matter of fact, I've been in the business analysis world for more than more than a decade and a half. But officially, I started working in the business analysis world and Scrum Master world 5 years ago. So you too can actually transition into that career path and be a bridge. And another typical example that I like to always talk about when I'm talking about a business analyst, imagine you walk into a restaurant and you are taking order from a customer that wants to eat. It could be a la carte or it could be a fast food process, whatever it is. What the waiter does, see that waiter as a business analyst who is taking the request from the customer, and then the waiter takes that request to the chef to make the meal. The same way the business analyst does. We have different methodologies, we have different tools that we use to get requirement, to get needs, to understand the business need, to understand the customer need, and then we use different tools and artifacts to present it to the business. And then based on what the business look at, they will also look at data. Peter was also talking a lot on data the other time, analyzing data and all of that, analyzing the market and analyzing user trends and all that. A lot also has been integrated with AI lately to understand market behavior, to understand user behavior and all of that. So as a business analyst, you definitely, which is part of what ATC does, is to help you to get into the trend of things, to see how you can also leverage AI to be more efficient in how you work or how you are going to work as a business analyst. So not to take too much of time, I want us to just look at what do we offer at ATC in terms of what are the offer, what does it include within ATC. So you have the option to have one-to-one mentorship from senior consultants until you get a job. So when you start a training, you go through the whole training process, and then there's a live session, live practical live projects that you'll be working with with the team of cohorts that you are part of the training. But I'm not going to lay too much emphasis on that because of the next speaker that is also going to come up and talk about that. What part of us, what we also do is to provide guidance from professionals to help you gather the project experience that you need. A lot of us, we've been in this world of business analysis, product management, project management, Scrum Mastery for over 5 years, actively working for about 10 years now. And so a lot of us have got the experience that is required to help you. And there's a book I usually share with people. It's called The Vantage by Olumide Soyombo. It was talking about how you can leverage on vantage points rather than starting from ground zero. So either if you decide, I know a lot of us right now, we're professionals and at different walks of life, different career paths and all that. If you want to transition, the truth is that you can actually do a self-learning. You can just go on YouTube or a lot of all these platforms, Udemy, all these ICO platforms, and learn what business analysis or project management is all about. But the truth is that you're actually starting from ground zero because you don't have the required experience to thrive in that career path because of the fact that you are transitioning. But if you leverage on organization like ATC, where you get trained and you also have access to numerous consultants that work in different industries, that's a vantage point. Once you start working in any organization, there are definitely consultants and professionals within the ATC community that work in that industry or currently working in that particular industry, who is also a subject matter expert. That person can give you the necessary support you need to work effectively within that environment that you find yourself. You also have access to rich library of materials that will be shared with you based on experiences. We've got consultants that have also written excellent articles regarding to the career path you might decide to choose. You have access to all those rich library materials, and at the same time, which is one of the greatest positive thing for me, especially when I'm even speaking to people, poaching people to come and learn through ATC to leverage on that vantage point, is you have access to the alumni group where you can interact with other business analysts, project managers, scrum masters. They tell you different experiences that they're able to gain over the years within their industry. So it helps you a lot to share your pain. It helps you to share a lot of pain regarding to this. It helps you greatly to share a lot of pain within the community if you're experiencing. Let me share this quickly before I hand it over back to Tosin. I remember because I also wear a Scrum Master, the art of a Scrum Master within the environment I work at the moment. I remember one of our senior dev who has been in the industry for over 30 years. He just came up one day and said we should be having our Scrum, our daily stand-up event. We should be having our daily stand-up event by standing up. I was like, no, that doesn't work. I had to share that within my community, and everybody laughed. It was pretty interesting to hear that from a senior dev. But the truth is that in terms of the way the world is evolving, technology is evolving and all that, there is no way that happens anymore, because you have different teams where you're working in different organizations, different global country, global regions, and you don't have to be somewhere physically to work. That's a great advantage that you get from working as a business analyst, that work-life balance that gives you. I hope that I can see you in class and share a lot of insights to help you move and grow and also transition within your career path. Thank you very much. I'll use back to Tosin. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kenny. That was a very quick one. Thank you for taking, the introduction to project management, IT project management, and that quick, explanation you've done. All right, we still have one of our facilitators that will be coming up. Just like I said earlier, please, if you have questions, you can share them on the comment section so that our consultants can attend to them before we leave. Quickly, I'd like to talk about one of the post programs we have, which is called the Arena, but I think I want to come back to this. I would like to bring on Mr. Bode to quickly, take us through some of our bespoke training approach, and then the job opportunities that you can get as a business analyst or a tech personnel. Mr. Bode, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tosin. Can you all hear me?
Very clearly, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Bode. I'll be taking you on the product management module. However, today my responsibility here is to talk you through the advanced consulting approach to training. Tosin, you can continue sharing the screen, or whoever it was that was sharing.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be talking you through our approach, so what to expect when you join us in class, and what to expect throughout the duration of the training and after the training. I'd also be taking you through some screenshots of potential opportunities in the business analysis, IT project management, and product management space. Of course, you all have access to the internet if you're on this call, so don't just take our word for it. Go online, check platforms like Indeed, any jobs websites, really, just to get a sense for the size of the opportunity that is out there, and how, and start to visualize yourself as someone who is playing a part in this space. But before we get into the job opportunities, can you just go back to that slide with the process for the training? So let me talk through that very quickly. No, the next one. Yeah, exactly. So this our training approach, we start with a facilitator-led business analysis training. What Peter took you through is actually what you would get to experience in class on day one of your training. So that's why this is a taster session. So we'd have 3 to 4 weeks of business analysis training, another 2 to 3 weeks of agile project management training, and then we'll finish off with live product management and product ownership training as well. And as you go through all of the different trainings, you would have weekly activities. Some of them will be assignments, individual assignments. Some of them will be group work that you have to do with other members of your cohort. And also, as you must have heard, some of our previous candidates and success stories share earlier, every 2 weeks, we try to bring in someone who is actually working in the industry to come and share their experience working in various sectors, because we believe that beyond the theoretical understanding of what business analysis is or agile project management is, you also need to start to build domain knowledge even as you go through the training. So we could bring someone from financial services this week, and then 2 weeks after, maybe bring someone from the NHS, just to make sure that you have a really well-rounded understanding of what it takes to work across those various sectors. And at the end of the training, we have a live project that you'll be split into groups to work on. So the live project is where you really get to embed all of the knowledge that you've learned or that you've gained in class, because now you have an opportunity to put into practice all the theory you've learned. And this is important, one, not just to embed the knowledge, but it serves as a case study and something you can add to your portfolio that when you start to go into interviews, you can actually refer back to as a project that you've worked on. At the end of your project, we'll work alongside you to develop your CV, provide support in terms of CV stories, and we'll also support you with interview preparation, job application support. So within our networks, because again, we've had a few years of doing this, we have candidates who work across various sectors. We have friends in the industry who send to us job openings when there are opportunities in their organizations. So we'll share that with you. And then, I mean, if you apply and you get shortlisted, we can help you along that journey as well to ultimately finally help you get a job and then grab a seat in our Alumni Hall of Fame. So in a nutshell, that's our process. We have a post-training support program, which I think Tosin is going to cover later, which we call the Arena. So I'm not going to dwell on that at this moment. Next slide, please. Tosin, are you there? Can you move on to the next slide? Yeah, so I think this is the Arena. So it's our post-training support for all of our candidates who have finished training but have not yet secured a job. And the reason why we put this together is because from experience, we've come to realize that for a lot of people, that waiting period between when the training session itself finishes and when they get a job is very important, because without post-training engagement and support, it's the chances are very high that people start to forget all of the things that they've learned. Some people become discouraged because maybe they're applying and they are not getting the kind of response they want as quickly as possible. So we put this together as a community where everyone who is in the job search or job application stage can come together every week. We have once a week, we have a topic that we cover. So sometimes we focus on tools that business analysts and product managers use. Sometimes we just have a session where people can, share their experience, what they're experiencing in the job marketplace. And then we can also speak to like all of those challenges. It could be support again with reviewing CVs, support with reviewing applications, or when people also have interviews, we have interview preparation sessions in the Arena where the person who has an interview gets to do some sort of prep with a few of our consultants. So for instance, if you've gotten an interview for a role in maybe e-commerce, we would look within our network to find someone who works in e-commerce who can be part of the interview, and they can ask you questions that are relevant to that industry and also give you feedback based on your responses. And all of this is geared towards just making sure that by the time you show up at the interview, you're as prepared as possible and you have a great chance of landing the job opportunity. Because of time, I won't take any questions on this now, but at the end of the session today, if you have any more questions in terms of how we support candidates or the training process, we can cover that off at the end. I think just finally, before I move on from this, is the fact that so our trainings are quite intensive. So Monday to Friday, it is 7 p.m. So we do 7 till 9. So 2 hours Monday to Friday. And again, this is because it's a transition, and the way we want to work with you is to give you so much knowledge, so much experience, that at the end of these 3 to 4 months, you would come out and be confident enough to apply for jobs that require up to 5 years of experience, right? So we're not the kind of experience that the kind of knowledge and experience that we're imparting as part of our training is not just to get you an entry-level job in business analysis or product management. We want to give you enough experience and knowledge that would help you to be able to stand as someone with up to 5 years of experience in the industry. And you will agree with me that, if we're going to do that, it takes time and it takes dedication. So it's Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Yeah. And then in terms of the industries that we cover, I always like to tell people that this list is not by any means exhaustive, right? But some of the industries where we've had success in the past are industries like education, oil and gas, legal. So we have people who have found jobs as business analysts in law firms, the public sector, the NHS. I mean, if you're in the UK, the NHS is quite big. There are lots of opportunities in the public sector as well. Like the civil service is also very big. So financial services, insurance. So, I mean, all of these various sectors, those are sectors where we have consultants or we have candidates who are already working in there. And if you have any job opportunities in those spaces, we'll be able to support you appropriately. Next slide, please. Yeah, so again, as I said at the beginning of this exercise is just to show you a snapshot of some of the opportunities that are available out there, and also whet your appetite in terms of like what's on offer, like the salary on offer, the day rates on offer. So for instance, on this slide, there are 2 job opportunities. There's a product manager role offering £55,000 to £60,000 a year. There's a product owner role, which is focused on data and integration, offering up to £75,000 a year. So again, the opportunities are out there. I think the great thing about, you being on this call today, and like Shola said a few minutes back, is you have the opportunity to leverage vantage points, right? Because you can stand on the shoulders of people that have done this, that have the experience, and can help you land a role that can pay this much after 4 months, compared to if you maybe buy a introduction to business analysis course on Udemy. It might give you the knowledge, but I'm very sure that you would probably end up maybe having to get into the industry as maybe an associate business analyst or a junior business analyst, and it will take a number of years before you'll be able to apply for roles at this level. So what we're here to do and what we're here to support you with is to make sure that you come out with the confidence, you come out with the boldness, you come out with the knowledge that you need to apply for roles that are, paying this much, and not just apply, but to actually land roles that are paying this much. So if you move on to the next slide, I think we have a couple that focused on business analysis. Yeah. So the business analyst role paying up to £500 a day. Again, I mean, depending on what level you currently operate, some of these figures can look almost impossible or look almost ridiculous. I mean, I would use myself as an example. I remember, many years back now, before I moved to the UK, while I was working in Nigeria, having conversations with people, and they were talking about some of these rates, and I couldn't, let's just say I struggled to rationalize it. Like, why would you pay anybody £650 a day, right? Like, what exactly is the person doing? But I mean, it's the reality of a lot of people in the UK today, right? A lot of people have gone through our training. This is their reality, and it could be your reality as well. So these figures are not far-fetched. They are human beings like you and I who are getting paid this much. You just need to plug in and be dedicated, give it the time, the attention that it requires. And before the end of this year, this could be your story. And again, the job websites are out there, so you don't have to take our word for it. Just go on Indeed, LinkedIn Jobs, or any other job platforms out there. Type in some of these roles and see what kind of results that you get. Any questions so far before I move on to like the pricing of our training and a bit more detail in terms of our structure? Okay. So just before we move on to the pricing, in terms of the kind of roles that you can apply for at the end of the training, so definitely you can apply for business analyst job roles, agile project manager or delivery manager roles, business process analyst, scrum master, product owner, agile business analyst, change manager, change analyst, requirements analyst, product manager. So a lot of these roles, the job titles are kind of interchangeable. And as Peter alluded to earlier, it's about the responsibility. It's less about the job title. So again, when you start applying for roles, these are the kind of conversations that we're going to have with you to help you understand that the key thing you need to watch out for is what does the job description say? So in some organizations, they will say they're looking for a technical business analyst. Some other organizations will say they're looking for an agile business analyst. Some other organizations will say they're looking for just a business analyst, right? Essentially, the job responsibilities are the same thing. They've just called it different names, maybe based on how they are structured internally. So again, agile project management, delivery management, scrum master, those are all roles that are all very similar. So all of these roles are, and many more, are roles that you'd be able to apply for at the end of the training program. And then in terms of pricing, so our training is divided into two parts or two phases. The phase one, which is the live training or facilitator-led training that I spoke to earlier. So we have business analysis, product management, agile project management, and we also cover software testing, basically as a bonus or an add-on. And you also get access to a digital library with over 1,000 resources on various topics. So for the first phase, the fee is £1,000, and we have payment plans available if you want to break the payments into payment plans. So on this slide, you have two payment options. But again, if you are very interested and we can see the level of seriousness, we can have a conversation about other payment plans that may suit your pocket, right? So I think I'll just say, don't be put off by the fact that, oh, I can't pay £500 twice, or I can't afford £500 twice. If you need to make the payment 4 times, so which is like 250, maybe £250 per month, that's a conversation that we're willing to have. Because for us, our objective here is to transform lives. The money for us is secondary. So I would just say, if this is something that you really want to do, reach out to the team. We're going to be putting our contact details in the chat. And I think there's a final slide as well where you see our contact details. So you can always reach out to us and have that conversation. And then the second phase of payments or of the training, which is ongoing mentorship, live project experience, interview preparation, job application, and on-the-job support, that attracts a fee of £500. However, for the second phase, you don't get to pay that £500 until you have secured a job. So again, just as I said earlier, for us, this is about helping people and transforming lives. And the way we've structured this helps to ensure that we also have skin in the game. So if you don't get a job, the remaining £500, you don't get to pay it. But obviously, our objective is to get you to help you to get that job. Not just so that you can pay us, but it just helps to ensure that our incentives are aligned. So the second phase, which is £500, you only get to make that payment after you have secured a job. And then just on this payment thing again, there are people, and there might be some of you on this call as well, who maybe they've gone to do some other training out there. And you already have some of the theoretical knowledge, but maybe the training that you went for, you didn't get the mentorship, you didn't get access to a project. So you're still feeling maybe not confident enough to start applying for jobs. And you don't want to go through the training process again because you've already done that. We have a package where you can access our mentorship, our life projects, and all of the supports that we provide post-training. The fee for that is £700. However, for anyone to be able to join only that phase 2 or the stage 2, which is £700, you would have to go through a call with one of our consultants where, it's not really an interview, but they'll just have a chat with you to gauge the level of understanding that you are bringing from the training that you've attended, and also gauge the quality of the training that you've attended. And the reason why we do this again is to make sure that if we don't think the quality of the training that you attended is up to par, then our recommendation would be that you actually go through stage 1 and not just join stage 2. And again, this is because we want to ensure that you are coming out competent and confident enough to be able to hit the market and to get a job as quickly as possible. Our bank account details are on the slide as well, but the team would also be very happy to send this out if you reach out maybe with any questions or you want to request for a custom payments plan. So I know I've bombarded you with a lot of information there. Are there any questions at this point? Usually this is where people have questions, so I'll be very surprised if
Please, if we have questions, it's question and answer time. You can either raise up your hand or drop your questions in the comment section and we can pick it there. And just like our consultant has said, we've dropped, details on how you can reach us. If you want to reach our admin, you can reach us on WhatsApp. The contact is already in the chat box. If you want to register or enroll, the enrollment link is already on the chat box. And if you perhaps want to ask more questions for clarification, or you want a more customized payment structure, you can also reach us on WhatsApp or put a call through. Our UK number is there. And you can follow us on social media handles. Our social media handles have been dropped. So any question before we call it a day? Questions. Okay, so I think in the absence of questions, it means this is very clear. Just to, bring to our notice that the July cohort starts in the next 2 weeks, and that is July 15th. So on Monday, July 15th, the class begins, and we'll be going for another 3 to 4 months for this cohort. So if you are planning on joining, you can quickly start to reach to us now so you could enjoy the early discount and register your interest so that by the time we start, you can, be integrated in. And if you are like, oh, I don't have the fund now, you want to plan or you want to see how you still have a space of 2 weeks, to do that. But whichever way, we are always available for you to reach out to us. Our contact is very much available. You can reach out to us anytime, any day. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been a pleasure having to host you all. Thank you. I wouldn't know if we have any final words from our consultants before we close. Mr. Peter, Mr. Bode, Mr. Kenny, Mr. Wale, if you have any of you, I'll be glad to just hear a final word from you before we close it.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Tosin. It has really been a wonderful section, and I'm looking forward to another moment where we deliver a career and life-changing program to another set of cohorts. So I'm looking forward to the commencement of the training already, and I hope that this time our ATC will also engage me as a facilitator for this cohort, because I really like their spirit already. They are very engaging. So and I'm hoping that ATC will really engage me as a facilitator for this cohort. So thank you so much, really a wonderful time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. We'll definitely engage you. Mr. Kenny, Mr. Wale. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I'll just say.
All right, Mr. Wale.
Yeah, from me, thanks for having me. Look forward to seeing you all in class, and yeah, can't wait to share and to celebrate your success stories.
Yeah, we can't wait to share and to celebrate your success stories. Thank you very much, Mr. Bode. Mr. Kenny, if you are
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much, everyone. I actually look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. Personally, it gives me great joy networking with people, collaborating with people, and to also see how we can all impact life globally. And one of the greatest deception that people usually say out there is that you can never be a multi-millionaire working for someone. That's a big lie. I say it again. It's a big lie. You can be a multi-millionaire working for someone and you are making a whole lot of money. After now, or while I'm talking, you can also go on Google and just make a Google search and say, how many millionaires do we have in working in Microsoft at the moment? The last time I checked, we have over 2,000 millionaires in dollars working for Microsoft alone. So it's all about you accepting to transition into a new career that can give you the great work-life balance and also increase your income. And one other thing I would say to wrap it up is that you need to also ask yourself this question: how far can I go in terms of earning? How far can I go? The entry level, just go and check on Google. The entry level of a business analyst or a product owner in the UK is between 40,000 to 50,000 pounds per annum. And you could be very lucky to even get on as a contractor, and that minimum of 400 pounds per day. So you need to ask yourself, how far can I go? If you're working as a banker at the moment in the UK, can you earn as high as 500 pounds per day working in that banking sector? So I just want to encourage every one of you, try and sign up, get started already, get trained. And I tell you that it's going to be an invaluable value that you'll be adding to yourself and also leveraging on the Vantage Point. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely weekend. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Sir Kenny. Thank you so much. All right, this is how we'll be calling it an end. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined. Please check this chat box. You will see the details for those of you who want to reach out to us, who want to register your interest. Check the chat box, the comment section. You can pick the contact there, and we'll be expecting to hear from you. Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye for now.